The Sanctum Falls map has always had one unique factor that separates it from the other two maps, being that it has two neutral points instead of just one. Since Gigantic is about territory control, everyone's immediate impulse is to go and try to control the 3 points on their own side and also control both middle points for the maximum amount of power income. While this sounds like a good idea on paper, the practice might be a lot harder than you think. Hello, this is Wolfie from GG Unleashed, and in this video I'm going to discuss why holding both neutral points on Sanctum Falls is actually not a very good idea, even if it seems like it would make the most logical sense. The most important thing to remember is that this is a game about gathering power, and the biggest amount of power comes from protecting your creatures so that they can gather power on the control points for you. If your creature gathers an orb, then you gain 20 power, but if your creature dies, you give the enemy 20 power and you lose control of that point, meaning that they could steal the power orb for an additional 20 power if left unchecked. Creatures can defend themselves very well, but not against 2 or more enemy heroes. If your team spreads themselves too thin, then by the time you respond to a creature being attacked, it might already be too late. If the enemy get the kill and steal the orb, the only way to catch up is to kill at least 4 of them, which should be near impossible if the enemy is playing smart. Imagine for a minute that your team currently controls the 3 points on their side and has a creature on the D point. One of your allies goes to summon a creature on E, but shortly after starts getting attacked by 3 enemies. He's going to need assistance because you don't want to lose that creature. But if you and your other allies are already sitting between C and D, it's going to take at least 15 seconds to get up there without accommodating for stamina spendage or already being in combat. That's more than enough time for the enemy to kill the creature, possibly kill your ally who went alone, and leave without losing anything. And that's completely on the fault of the player who decided to summon by themselves without knowing where the enemy was. Aside from being an obvious meme, it really is dangerous to go alone, and you should take someone with you to do most actions in Gigantic unless you have a reliable escape and have the skill level to do it properly. But let's say by some miracle you do respond in time and help your ally. You save the creature, maybe even get a kill and push the other 2 away. Sure, you got 10 power and saved the creature, but what's its health bar at? How's your other creature doing on the bridge all by itself now, vulnerable to the enemy? And do you have the health and abilities to respond and save that one? Even if you do, the same logic goes back and forth. Before you know it, you're constantly rushing back and forth between points to save creatures who are more than likely to eventually die anyway since their health regenerates so slowly. And not only that, but think about enemies who might attempt to backcap. What if the enemy gets a push? How are you going to defend 5 creatures and stop them from getting a wound all at the same time? The point is, it's too difficult to go back and forth and responsibly defend everything that gets attacked, especially when the clash starts where everything is so close together and deaths are far more punishable. It's like trying to juggle all your daily activities simultaneously while knowing you're not good at multitasking. Eventually you're going to crash and burn, and either nothing will get done or you'll lose progress of what you were trying to finish. And at this point it starts getting extremely stressful to not just you but everyone on your team as well. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Unless you're absolutely stomping and undeniably winning every single fight, there should never be a reason to summon all 5 points. And even then you shouldn't, because that's how people get pissed and leave matches, which is another problem all on its own. But that'll be the end of this video. If you enjoyed watching, please leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel so you can get notified when content comes out. Leave all your thoughts in the comments and get some discussions going. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and I'll see you on the airship.